So, if you are living in America right now, I don't think I have to tell you what's going on. And if you're not living in America right now, I also don't think I have to tell you what's going on. We are all aware of whom is in power, at least in the executive branch, and we are all aware of the daily parade of utter fuckery. I am not concerned with talking about this parade of utter fuckery in detail. One, because God knows we're all aware, and two, because I don't find it particularly helpful to focus on the problem without considering the solution. We are all highly aware of the problem, but not of the solution. Furthermore, this everyday parade of utter fuckery takes focus away from the true heroes emerging around us. We know that we are facing a barrage of legislation and sentiment from on high that does not belong in any civil society, much less in this century. It is the same utter fuckery that we the people have been dealing with for more than 2 centuries. It is a backwards step if there ever was one. However, what I want to talk about is this. Our progress has not been lost. It is still now better for every oppressed class than it has ever been in all our history. You cannot erase 2 centuries of struggle overnight. The administration was elected by a relatively small portion of the population, and the rest of the population hates them. We came very close to an openly socialist president. Whether he was an actual socialist is up for debate, but the fact that the S word could overcome more than a century of thoughtless, antiquated counter-arguments and become so popular and populist a movement should be very encouraging. There are things to be done. Even now, class consciousness is rising, and more to the point, you have an entire generation of very pissed-off liberals looking for a political ideology more complete than the Democratic Party platform that is equipped to deal with the most vile threat of fascism. This is the time to befriend people left of center or even those on the fence and expose them to the beauty of true solidarity with their fellow human beings. We can show them there's a better way, a way that they have not seen before. We were all liberals once. I started out my political consciousness as what I called an ultra-conservative. And now I'm here, and it's not just because I eventually got out of middle school, it's because of the media I consumed and the people I knew were smarter than me, and I had the good sense to listen to them, or, more accurately, they wore down the cancerous walls of my mind until they were no more. And as far as the right, they should be afraid, because now, even people who were not motivated politically in the slightest hate them and want to distance themselves as much as possible from them. They will go so far away from the right that they just might find themselves on the left. Disenfranchisement often leads to action. Right-wing militia groups skyrocketed under the first black president because for the first time white men realized that someone else could be in power. Liberals who have lived most or all of their lives under Obama, or even those who have lived longer and seen a wider range of presidents, are now similarly disenfranchised. And you can tell because they're keeping active. It seems that every day this past week there's been another nationwide march for a different group of oppressed and silenced individuals. It is a level of political action many have not seen in their lifetime. That is very good. Laws can be passed, rights can be trampled on, bans can be enacted on the human spirit, but these things can also be undone. And furthermore, even if legislatively we were to return to a barbaric era, the people's will for justice, liberty, equality, in a word, socialism, cannot be turned back. One does not simply become unwoke. History is a waltz. One step forward, one step to the side, one step back to the other side, and on until we arrive at a place that is different than where we've started. Even if at times we go backward, we will still move forward, and every time we move just a little bit further. Our struggle is clear ahead of us. Our struggle is to keep fascism from exterminating the entire human race. But what also should be clear is our opportunity. When the rightward momentum stops and the pendulum swings the other way, we will have a chance to make not just America, but the world great for the first time.